Hi everybody, it's Tracy from Lotus Heart Crystals and Healing, and today I have some new pieces that I've sourced and have brought into my shop, Lotus Heart Crystals on Etsy. I'm really excited because, you know, all the tools that I source, like the crystals or the angel palm beads, the meditations, everything that I sell in my store, I use for myself, or, you know, wear and adorn. So, you know, I've done a video on grids. I set up several grids, but today I'm going to be talking about pendulums. I have been using pendulums for many years for dowsing purposes. This could be dowsing for information, dowsing to locate something, absolutely anything. It has to be good. It has to be done with good intentions and for the highest good of that person. So I'm going to just show you the pendulums that I own, as well as the pendulum that is being sold in my store as of today. So my oldest pendulum that I have, that I got from a Mind Body Spirit event, is just natural quartz with copper. And this has been such a reliable pendulum for me. It works every time. Now, you know, sometimes, you know, the strength of the pendulums can vary. Some people's can really go for it. Mine is just very subtle when I ask a question or when I need to locate something. That was that pendulum. I tend to always buy quartz because quartz is an amplifier, and I find that quartz is just a very powerful crystal. The next one I purchased just because the other pendulum disappeared, and it wasn't meant to be found, but I purchased another pendulum, and then the other one appeared out of nowhere a couple of months later. So the next one I bought is this one, and it is also quartz, but it has a little bit of it has a tiny moonstone at the front, really pretty. And also it is another accurate pendulum. Your pendulums need to be programmed, of course, to your energy. So the pendulums I'm offering in my store are really pretty, completely different to what I use. But you know, rose quartz is one of my favorite crystals, and it's a lovely chakra pendulum with a rose quartz pyramid at the bottom, and it's very light and delicate. So I'm going to just do a little bit of an instructional video on how to use a pendulum. I do have a laminated piece of paper with a circle with a yes and no on each side, but I'm just going to do something really simple. You just need a piece of paper and a pen, and you're going to draw on it a circle, and you're going to separate the circle. Well, you're actually going to divide the circle. You're going to put left, yes on the left, and no on the right. And you know, it doesn't have to be complicated. This is all that it can be, really. So, okay, so what you need to do is you need to keep your mind blank and ask a question. So, for example, and you center that pendulum in the middle of the circle. Is my name Tracy? And the pendulum will start to move. And as you can see, it's going to the left. Well, and it's doing a strong pull and swing. Yes. Okay, now how you program your pendulum is, you know, whenever you receive a crystal, you're going to cleanse your crystal. So cleanse it with sage. I do recommend sage, but if the pendulum contains anything like silver or silver plated, it tends to get very tarnished if you put it in water. So the best way to clear a pendulum is with sage smoke, or with intention, or with Reiki energy. So you cleanse your crystal. You can also hold your pendulum in your hand and close your eyes and you intend that you are using your crystal for the highest good of all, to locate and to ask questions for the highest good of that person. That's what, you know, you could do affirmations, etc., but that's what you can do, is just intend. So the first thing to do is to just test your pendulum out a bit. Using the circle on the pad, you are going to say a couple of questions. For example, are my eyes green? So the pendulum is swinging to the no. Okay. Right. Do I live in America? And again, it's swinging no. You have to basically keep your mind very blank and not try and sway the answer, because the pendulum can change. If you want the answer to be yes, it will go yes. So you've got to really, when you ask the question, you've got to ask with a real blank mind. So once you've done that a couple of times, you then ask honest questions. For example, are my eyes blue? So the pendulum automatically swings. Yes. Okay. Do I live in the United Kingdom? Yes. Okay. So once you've done that, then you know. Oh, and also, sorry, I forget. You will also say to the pendulum, my yes answer is on the left and my no answer is on the right. So you've got to sort of, you know, tell it where it's going to go so that it knows. Yes, no. I mean, mine is programmed anyway. Then you're ready to ask your questions. You can ask things, for example, will I meet my soulmate soon? Okay, the pendulum is swinging yes, and is swinging it very quickly. So that is good news. I'm really pleased about that. I wanted to also tell you about a little story that happened most recently. An acquaintance of mine lost their engagement ring, and I used the pendulum to locate it. Now, I hadn't picked up my pendulum for quite a while, and I used the pendulum, and it was adamant that the lost engagement ring was in the house. But I was doubting the pendulum. In a way, I was doubting the pendulum, but then I was believing it because it had been a really, really long time. The thing is not to doubt. The thing is to trust, to believe. And, you know, the pendulum is giving you the answers. And even if it's something that you don't want to know, you've just got to trust that it will come, and try again. So anyway, the pendulum, the ring was found a day later. So my belief in everything, in the Almighty, and the power of prayer and trust and belief just was absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to leave you with this video. I hope that it helps you on your dowsing journey. If you have any questions, do get in touch. I am on Etsy at Lotus Heart Crystals and on Facebook, Lotus Heart Crystals and Healing. Thank you. Bye.